Hello friends, you're welcome to Ugodimple's channel, and if today is the first time, you are welcome. Kindly do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will worth your while. I'm a wife, a mom, living in Canada from Nigeria. Today we'll be discussing about 5 things I wish I knew before relocating to Canada. There are several things actually, but I'll just be breaking it down to 5. Did I say 5? I mean 6. So if you are going to be watching to the end of this video, you'll be getting like a bonus point, which is going to be the 6th one. But I'll be explaining 5. Now, the first thing that I would like to share would be that you would miss people a lot. You miss the environment. You miss the little things that we take for granted back home in Nigeria, like all the noise, the sounds, for where I was living. When I was living back in Nigeria, in the morning by around that 5:30, we have this a mosque close to us, and he will just they'll just start praying, and so I'll be like, oh, it's morning already. But here, trust me, there's nothing like that. So everywhere is really quiet, and so these are some of the things that you will miss. So that's one of the points you should have in mind before moving. Apart from the fact that you're packing your things, your loads, your documents and all that, have it in your subconsciousness, because that will help you, that you will miss people. You will miss that little gist that you have in the morning with your neighbor before going to work. You will miss that little gathering that your children, in the evening when they come back from school, they just gather around and they begin to play, and you're inside, you're able to do something. Here it's not like that. You have to be with your kids 24/7, apart from when you have to drop them off school and daycare. And unlike back home where you can have extra lessons, it's not like that here. You have extra lessons in school, there's nothing like that here. So that's why I say you will miss home. Like, you will miss home, you will miss the environment very well. You will miss also the fact that when you come out, you hear your dialect, like you can speak your language, you be hearing your but now when you come out, everybody is speaking when like, what's happening? Sometimes when you even talk to them, they don't even understand what you're saying. So that's one of the things that you're going to miss. But I feel like you would grow, you would live past that moment. I know for me, when I came, I had calls, like my family members were always calling me, my sister-in-laws were always calling me. I mean, shout out to Ruth, she was always calling, how you doing, how you settling? But trust me, it's not enough. It's not enough. But have the mindset that at the end of the day, it will pass as you adjust. Another thing that you should also consider, one of the points, is money used to fly like crazy. Trust me, it's not even about the things that you really need. Sometimes things that you not even bargain for. Like, let me give an instance. Like, maybe you fell sick and you have to go to the hospital, and maybe your insurance is not covered. You have to cover that money because you have to be well. If you have children and something just you have to just cover that money too. So things are like money goes fast here. We have groceries, rent, we have bills that are not that like normally back home you don't think about them monthly, but here you think about it. Transportation, phone bills, little things like that. Trust me, money goes fast here in Canada, so have that in your mind. One of the things that would help you would be budgeting. Budget, plan, and say, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is what I would do with funds in a month. Because trust me, Canada is very big, and they have several stores that when you walk into, you'll be seeing things like, oh, $2, $3. You'll be thinking that, oh, that's how the money, the money is just small. But when they compare everything and give you your bill at the end of the day, you see that plus tax and all that is crazy. So one of the things that will help you is buy the things that are necessary, that you really need, and not what you know that you feel like you want them. So that's one thing that you should also have in mind. Another thing is that might feel alone if you do not build like a system, like have a community. I know some of times we'll say, oh, we are introverts, we don't know. If you are an introvert, then you will suffer because people don't come to your house to come and knock. It's not like Nigeria, like I mentioned in the first point, that when you wake up in the morning, your neighbor can even come and greet you. The person and say, "Hi neighbor, I've not seen you for 2 days." Here, nothing like that. So you have to build your own community, you have to build your own system. And so if you are someone that says, I don't know how to talk, I don't know how to converse with people, I don't want people to know me, I don't know, you will suffer here and you'll be very lonely, right? Another thing that loneliness might do, it might affect your ability of getting a job. Because one thing that you should know is, I know Nigerians will say the system we have back home is like, oh, man no man. Trust me, here in Canada they also do man no man. It's that bad that sometimes in the company someone has to like refer you to do the job. Now if you don't talk to people and you don't get information, you don't have a system, you don't have a structure, how will people talk to you, or how would you get information? So that's one thing that you should know. So one of the things that I wish I knew earlier is that I need to blend or know people. Now it was quite easy for me because I mean, like I said, my husband was already here, so it was easy for me to get a job. I didn't struggle to get a job. But the truth is, if you are coming and not knowing anybody, it would be nice that you are able to mix with people immediately, talk to people, not necessarily telling them your life stories. I mean, don't like start explaining to them and telling them, this is how my life has been. No. But having to talk to them meaningfully, how you can get information that is, that can help you in the future. That is like building a system. It must not be 100 people. 1 or 2, 3 persons are okay. Then the next point is that you would regret to get to a point where you want to regret your decision. Like you be saying, did I actually make the right choice? Like, is this decision I made move abroad, is it the thing I'm supposed to do? But trust me, it will pass. I'll give you an instance. There are several times I wanted to cry because I felt like I had everything back home for me, right? For some of you that know me, everything was working very, very well for me. I felt like I had a balanced life. Yes, I at the point I wanted more, but it was not as bad as want to run away from your country. So having to come here, and I now felt stuck. Like, am I sure I made the right decision? Leaving a good job, leaving your environment, everything is okay. There was one time I had a job and I needed to I finished working and I got to the bus stop. I was not driving. So I was waiting for the bus to come. And I checked my app where you can check for the bus timing and all that. And I noticed that the next bus will be coming in 1 hour 30 minutes. I'm like, whoa. Now, mind you, I've going through that route before now. So most times when I check the map like that and I see that the timing is too long, I'll just take Uber. Then that fateful day, I was like, why will I take? How much is the money they are paying me? Why will I take Uber today? So I said no to. I was like, no, I won't take Uber. Trust me, when the code started like this, it was not even funny. I was like, how did I get here? My hands were frozen, I could not move them. I was I was frustrated within me, and I questioned my decision to move. What kind of weather is this one? Right now it's okay, right now it's not okay, right? So sometimes you would question, mostly when it's it's not working the way you want it. you would question your decision. It might, for me, it was the weather. For you, it might be looking for a job and you're not getting the job, and you're like, oh, why did I get to, how did I get to this point? I was good back home, but trust me, with time, it's going to, it's going to change. Now I'm comfortable with the weather. Right, you can't really get comfortable with the weather, but I mean, it's better than how I used to feel at that time, right? So that's one thing that you would want to question the point where you are, like, because it feels like you're starting from the beginning, starting from scratch and all that. But trust me, it gets better. Just, put your mind, focus on what you're doing, and with time you adjust and you come out stronger. Then the last point, which is the fifth point, one of the things that I would say moving, I wish I knew, is that it would strengthen you. Like, you would grow. Let me just use that word. You will grow in places you never thought you would grow. That's one of the things that I wish someone told me. Like, I think I know that right now I can see my progress. I can give you an instance. If you know me very well, you know that I usually would not come to a meeting very early. Never. Like, I feel like when I get to the meeting should start. Like, I don't want to get to the meeting and I'll have to like wait for the meeting to start. I like going when I'm there and it starts. So most times, now moving to Canada, the bus system. I use the bus system as an example. Now, sometimes if you waste 1 minute, when you come out, you see that the bus is already leaving. So I just started having to, like, I have to go there early to wait to see that the bus is coming to be able to enter. Because if I say, let me look at the timing, I know that the way I behave back home, trust me, it will not work. Another thing is, back home, I had help, right? I had help. Before I go to in the morning, the help is already like arranging some certain things, maybe little things I'm going to do. Then I go off to work. I come back, things are already arranged, my house is clean and everything. But here, you have to now like manage, So I think I've grown in terms of parenting. I think I've grown in time management. There's several things I have, I've been able to like plan better than I used to before. So yes, I think Canada has like exposed me to that, the ability, that the consciousness that I can grow in several areas. So for the bonus point for my G's that waited to the end of this video, one thing I wish I knew before moving is that get your driver's license. Like, get it like this. If you have not driven before in Nigeria, try and learn how to drive back home before moving to any country that is abroad, like the US, the UK, Canada, because I'm here. See, when you are coming, just make sure that you have like your driver's license with you. And when you come in, even if you have 100 years experience, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go and write your G1. Go and write your G1 and see how you can start transitioning it. Because the truth is this, it will save you costs. If you have a car, you can use it and start making little money. So just make sure that you have it handy. Like from Nigeria, have it, like hold it very well. Then for some of us that already we have 10 years, 20 years driving, 30 years we've been driving. Now, before now, you need like the driver's license, driver's extracts when you are coming from Nigeria. But now in Canada, maybe for other countries, you can see, maybe for US or UK, you can still use it. But for Canada, you would need to, contact the embassy here. There's Nigerian embassy here. I think it's in Ottawa. You would have to like go contact them and let them give you a letter that your license and how many years you have been driving and all that in the letter. They'll state it. Then when you come back to your base, you can go to any driving school and present it to them that this is what you have and this is your embassy has confirm that you have that experience, they will now give you access to do the G. That's the final lap of the driver's test. Now, but if you fail it, you go and do G2. Now, before now I didn't mention G2. Now if you fail it, you go and do G2, then you can now do the G, right? That's how it works. So for some of us that waited till this time, thank you so much. I'm tempted to add another one. Let me add another one so that you would know. So one other thing that I think that I wish I knew is I should get references, both work references. If you have a landlord that you talk to, gist with, let him give you reference, because when you come here, they want to see evidence. They want to see that you have, you don't have the credit score that can make them give you some things without having to check so much. So this is what will be standing as your credit score, right? Your reference from work. You have worked in a particular place 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. Let your supervisor write a letter to whom it may concern and tell them 1 or 2 things that you have done in that role, so that when you come and you're looking for a job, you can also tender that as an evidence with the details of your supervisor, email and phone number. Then also your landlord can also do the same thing, so that you can prove that you have been good, a good standing in your country before moving. So that is it. Like I said, things will always get better. It's a serious journey. Do not just pack only your clothes. Don't just pack only your clothes. You have to pack patience. You have to pack community. You have to pack mindsets. You have to also pack wisdom, right, for this journey. And thank you all for staying to the end of this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.